INT is caught in a one-handed INT. Are you kidding me? Hunter Renfrow lost the ball.
Kenny Moore again. Kenny Moore strip.
And they have it. Oh, that's an interception for the Colts. It's picked off by the Colts. Kenny Moore runs it into the end zone for a touchdown. How about that? A pick six for the Colts.
Ooh, he got some skills. Our next guest had a takeaway that blew our minds, and he is a takeaway machine. Had one of the most memorable interceptions of the season. He's tied for the fourth most picks in the NFL, has the third most sacks by any cornerback over the last 3 years. Oh, and by the way, he was just named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Please welcome one of the best corners in the business, straight from Valdosta, Georgia, Georgia. Colts cornerback, Kenny Moore. What's up, Kenny?
Appreciate it. Hey, nice to meet y'all.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, too. Appreciate you joining us. So let's get right to it. The catch was spectacular. You know, people want to say it's Odell-esque, but, I mean, that was years ago. Let's just say it was a Kenny Moore catch. Walk us through it. What happened?
I mean, just reading my keys and just been in the right position to make a play on the ball. I actually thought he was overthrowing me to a great receiving tight end that Darren Waller is, but I just told myself to catch the ball.
That's all it takes sometimes. You just tell yourself to catch it.
Smalls
and then if you got crazy talent, you do it. But hold on, let's make it clear. That was a huge hit. Everybody loves it. But we're not talking to a one-hit wonder right now. You are also a streak buster. Check this out. 2 times, Deshaun Watson of the Houston Texans has had streaks of over 200 passes without an interception going into the Colts. Both times you had an interception to break that streak.
Word?
So what have you noticed about Deshaun Watson and Hark? Who is that on the schedule this weekend? It's the Houston Texans. How's this going to go down?
Man, I just play football to the best of my ability. I just do the best I can to put this team in the best position to win, just like anybody else on the defense. And that's our job.
Kenny. Okay, Kenny. Kenny, before we move forward, I'm going to need you to do like your hair and let your hair down a little bit with us and have some fun. You're giving these political answers. I know you don't want to give any bulletin board material, but you're going to have to dig a little deeper with some of these answers. Peter, take it away.
Okay. I mean, because now we're gonna talk about the team that everyone's worried about in the AFC, the Chiefs, a team that you guys beat last year. And last week we did a segment about short receivers, and I say short lovingly because I would not want to step in a phone booth with you, my friend. But you're only 5'9", and yet last year against the Chiefs, they're 6'5", 313-pound Cam Irving lining up against you. And oh, what happens? You barrel over him and you sack Patrick Mahomes. You're not just a free catch guy. Take us through this play where you up through.
You drop the shoulder.
Get through. You drop your shoulder on 75 and you record a sack on Patrick Mahomes. Tell us about it, Kenny.
Shout out to Rod Mathis. I think he'll really like that shout out. Before this play, he and I will always work on, getting around offensive linemen. So it's just instincts. You don't really think about what you're doing. You just do it because your brain's just programmed to do that. So.
All right, Kenny, let's talk about those Chiefs a little bit more. We've had many conversations here. Lots of coffees flung around the table talking about which team can take down the Chiefs. Who do the Chiefs not want to face if they get to the playoffs? And every time I say it's you. I say it's the Colts. I want you to tell me what you like most about your defense. I know you want to stay in a good spot here, but there's nothing wrong with talking up your defense entering a stretch run. What makes you guys special?
We just love to compete. We just want the highest competition to compete. We want to beat the best out there, and we want to be the best. So to be the best, you got to beat the best. So we would love that matchup.
Okay, now you've been on the Colts for 4 seasons. Before that, you went undrafted. You were cut by the Patriots, and like Shrek said, you're an undersized guy. And you kind of like that. You've said before that you enjoy being the underdog. So what do you like about being an underdog? And for people who may feel like underdogs, because I was once one, some kids that are sitting at home like, you know what, I identify with Kenny Moore. Like, what would you say to them?
Just keep believing in yourself. I mean, it's easier said than done. but the underdog, you know, it's been a long road for me. It's been a long year for me. But, you know, each day you got to smile and just keep working through it.
We hear you. We hear you, Kenny. Listen, I want to talk about the Vikings. Not the Minnesota Vikings. Okay. You guys already beat them. Okay. I want to talk about the Lowndes High School Vikings in Valdosta, Georgia. Somehow, we were talking to an NFL player being celebrated all over the world this week. You didn't even play high school football until your senior year.
What?
What's going on with that program that they allowed that to happen? And what if you had not played that year? What if you had never gone and played football? What are you doing right now?
I really wanted to go to the Air Force to be an engineer. But, you know, playing that year of high school football and then going into VSU and playing at Burleson State, you know, I made a bet with my mom and I told her, we basically just said, you know, if you play your freshman year, you stay in college and you think about the Air Force afterwards. If you don't play, then you can enlist in January after my first semester of college. So, you know, everything was in the cards. You know, I played my freshman year of college and I stayed in college. So, life's crazy, I guess.
It is. And, you know, we'll take a moment here because Nate mentioned it in the beginning, but you're the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. We're in a league with T.J. Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick and Xavier Howard and all these guys. Of all the players in the NFL, you were the best player playing defense last week in a game. Kenny, being an undrafted guy, being a four-year veteran that is not a household name necessarily yet, what does that mean to you? And really, what can you tell the rest of the league about Kenny Moore and what you're going to be doing from this point forward?
It's really a dream come true. It really is. And just your hard work will be noticed. You know, it's not just about what you want to accomplish, but what you're going to do to accomplish those things. And I'm willing to do that. You know, Kenny Moore, he has the background to do all that. And it's all set in my mind to accomplish so much more, but, you know, I just got to take it one day at a time. It's definitely a blessing.
Kenny, I have to ask you maybe a foolish question, but you just said you wanted to go to Air Force and be an engineer. I hear people say that all the time. Calvin Johnson, he also went to Georgia Tech to be an engineer. I got to be honest, I don't know what that means after that. Like, so what did you want to be? Once you become an engineer, what's the dream job? And are you going to work that dream job after you retire someday?
Nah, I haven't thought about doing that, you know, after the league. But, you know, I wanted to work on jets. That's something that I wanted to do. That's something that I thought was pretty cool. You know, at that time in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to become in life. I didn't know, you know, where the road was. Life after high school was pretty vague to me. But, you know, I guess sports was like a safe haven to me. It's what I look forward to each day, you know, at football practice in high school to get my mind off everything, you know, whether it was home problems or, you know, anything else. School, I wasn't the best student, but, you know, that's just how it was for me. But I guess you can just say, like, football just saved my life.
Wow, that's awesome, man. We got to have you on the show to talk a little bit more deeply about that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can identify with that. We appreciate you coming on. You ended strong with us, and good luck the rest of the season. And when you do get another one of those amazing interceptions, keep doing your dance, because we love the way you celebrate, fam.
Oh, yeah, we got to show some dances. I got some more for you. Thank you.
Okay, Kenny Moore. Salute.
I think Kenny should go to the Pro Bowl. Colts fans, right now, NFL.com/pro-bowl. Vote for Kenny and all of your favorite